everyone. Welcome back to another episode of I Can Do This All Day. We have a first, and this is going to be an amazing episode. But before we get to that, I want to introduce myself. I'm Dan, the Part-Time Avenger, and with me, as always, is Mark, the Resident Jedi.
A reluctant hello there.
Reluctant it is, but I am super excited because we are doing our first watch along, and Mark is going to be watching a movie that he's never seen before. I have seen, unfortunately, quite a few times, but I've become immune to all the negative hype around it. And this is really payback because Mark has lost on a bet, and it's time to pay up. So, Mark, why don't you tell him what we're watching?
I've apparently wagered away my innocence as a man. Many years have passed since this movie was released. I've never had to sit through it. Never had to partake in any conversations about it. Never have to see any of the sequels, and there are many sequels. Never had to have my wife ask me what I thought about it. Never had to answer any stupid fucking questions about it. Never had to think about it, and could always just understand that every actor involved in this was terrible.
Careful, because one of those actors is Batman.
Not a good Batman.
Ooh.
He's not my Batman.
So, I'm actually pretty sure the hypocrisy is strong in this one because I think you actually really enjoyed that movie. But
I mean, it was okay. It was okay, but it was more because of the writing and the director and all that. I mean, there are many people you could have put in as Batman. But for those of you who didn't get the Batman reference and couldn't possibly figure out the fucking horror that I'm about to be subjected to by this sycophant in front of me, Dan has chosen the teeny bop woo movie Twilight for me to be subjected to live in front of nobody.
Live for us, not live for anybody else, because I don't know, we just didn't think of it. But
because Dan just wants to record it for posterity.
Yeah, I want to have full record of this. But so I am not a Twilight fan. However, my wife is a big Twilight fan. I've watched the movies quite a few times and the sequels. And from what I thought was a just god-awful movie, I have found a silver lining. And this series of movies happens to be some of the funniest cinema I have seen in my entire life. So I'm going to be cracking some jokes. And Mark is going to be seeing this for the first time. So Mark, you're probably going to enjoy this way better than if you were just seeing this by yourself. So you're welcome. It is better.
I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will.
But I wanted to first mention a sponsor of this podcast. And when I reached out to the sponsor because of the bet, they were like, of course, we'll sponsor this. Absolutely. So they were sponsoring my snacks, and it is D's Nuts. D's Nuts, delicious in your mouth. And Mark, I hope you enjoy them too, because we're going to start this movie in 3, 2, 1. And thanks to the streaming service that we're watching this, I'm not going to plug you because unless I get money or a couple months free, go to hell.
I mean, we got 1 month free.
True.
Are you going to talk about Summit Entertainment?
Nope. Don't care. And if you want to watch along, please, we are
25 seconds in right now.
Yeah. Kristen Stewart is narrating right now.
There's
the forest shot.
There's a deer. Oh dear. There's a deer drinking stagnant water. This seems not realistic because the deer would die from the bacteria in the stagnant water.
So as we're watching this, there might be a little bit of silence, so it might be boring for some viewers. I recommend you watch along. But right now, the deer's prancing through the forest, and it looks like someone's chasing after this super fast deer. Oh,
Well, somebody gave the deer a hug.
Kristen Stewart. Good God.
A
I don't know.
shovel and a cactus.
Are you a Kristen Stewart fan?
Negative, Ghost Rider.
So she's going to abandon her daughter.
I mean, I feel that any parent that drives their child around in a Mitsubishi Mirage wagon probably should give the custody of that child over to a different parent.
I want you to give your thoughts on the music as we go throughout this because I'm just curious as to what your thoughts are.
I don't know the band.
Enough for teenage girls, maybe some teenage boys, to enjoy that opening scene. It literally looked like you threw up in your mouth just for a second there as they were as they were narrating.
I mean, they're gonna have a lot of sculptures with all those logs going through there. It's very mossy there and muddy. Why didn't he park on the paved part of the driveway?
In Forks, they just park on their lawn.
Yeah, I mean it's excellent. I like that she has realistic luggage. like a like a like Joseph's Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat bag. And is this supposed to be just her dad's house?
Yes.
There's zero chance her dad has this many pictures up on the wall.
I don't know. There's a lot of wildlife in those pictures.
Yeah, but like the little boat dinghy on the back of the door and shit. Like, there's no way. There's no way. You and I both at some point were bachelors, and there was not shit hanging on my walls.
The walls were bare.
There's no way. This guy is the chief of police, but he has time for home decoration and decor. I don't think so. Unless Tammy Mae from Forks is coming over and keeping the bed warm.
Exactly. Intro to some Native Americans.
Oh my god. That is the most obvious wig I think I've ever. It looks like he's kind of just got a hoodie on, not even a wig.
Do you know a lot of 16-year-olds that could have rebuilt an engine?
I mean, it all depends on what they were, what kind of parents and things they had.
What about a paraplegic parent in a wheelchair?
I mean,
That
they ain't much to do, but look at engine manuals and shit, right? Hey, don't short the ingenuity of the Native American population. Though I was not aware that there was so much in Washington. Good job rolling up your window, dear.
Maybe it doesn't have one.
She has papers.
Why did she have to look so close at the papers to read where she's going? Like,
Well, she obviously has glasses. She doesn't want to wear it because, got to make a good impression the first day.
or it's just awful acting.
Why is she immediately playing competitive volleyball with all of the knee pad people?
It's gym class. Oh, and instant boner alert from Mike. I think the guy's name.
Uh,
A young Anna Kendrick.
yeah. Yeah. So far, this is absolutely living up to all of the hype.
Oh man.
Anna Kendrick, the least awkward actress in many movies, is now apparently.
That's pretty that's like a Me Too thing right there. If that were to happen in
I think
school.
she just got face raped. That's almost as bad as a Travolta. It's close. It's close.
So I just started watching the last season of The Walking Dead, and I forgot that.
Did you hope that you saw all of them dead in it?
Well, I forgot that person, Christian Serratos, is in that, and she's like the nerd in this movie.
Hmm.
Here comes the intro, Mark.
The intro, the puffy shirt, but I don't want to wear a puffy shirt.
I don't want to be a pirate. That tray of food was expertly balanced, like super glued on.
I mean, nowhere near Tobey Maguire status there.
It's Batman.
No, it's Cedric Diggory.
What are you staring at, bitch?
I got a cactus I'll put on your penis. Is she a pirate?
Oh, he could have whiff of her under. She just stinks really bad.
Oh man, it's real fishy there in Washington.
Tuna is on the menu. This fucking face, like he's about to shit himself.
Sometimes you gotta poop.
So a very strange interaction with it looks like the school nurse. It's like she must double as the secretary.
There's only like 300 people in this town, right?
All right, check out this food scene. It's like all veggies, no burger patty in sight. Oh, because it's a garden burger.
Mhm.
Whoops. I've never seen someone struggle with ketchup so bad.
Do teenage girls have this level of conversation with their mothers
Apparently, this one.
about dudes?
So this is where I found it funny. Like, I don't know about the book. I think I asked my wife about this, but the mom is such a free spirit, kind of a slut, I guess. I don't know if that's true or not, but that was my
Still the windows are down.
interpretation of it.
Still the windows are down. And there's what wait, hang on. Somebody at this school has a okay, it's them, has a drop top Benz where they're leaving the top down when there's obviously rain on 60% of the cars, excuse me.
Yeah.
Like literally, there's fresh rain on that van.
They're the rich kids. They don't give a fuck.
But why does she not have a window in her car in the rain? And for somebody who lived in Arizona, she's got a lot of dark and brooding clothing that fits in with the state of Washington pretty easily.
Hmm?
Is this Batman now? Did it switch? We're running at a chemical plant? Is this guy going to become the Joker? Is he the Joker now? Is she Batman? Is that the Amityville whorehouse?
Oh, she has a window.
Mm. Somebody stole her car.
By the way, in Phoenix, there's scorpions and snakes, and people die by those as well.
There's fucking mountain lions.
Are there really?
You know, yeah, of course there's mountain lions in the mountains in the desert.
So
And
when
there's
I
no
was in
way that
Seattle a
the
few months back,
sign for their school is untreated wood, unless it's cedar.
so one of them sexually assaults her, or has a, I don't know if sexual assault is the right word to say, but forces a kiss upon her without her consent. And that guy almost pulls an R. Kelly with the rain off of his hat. Not very nice kids.
Little moisture.
Have you ever seen the bad lip reading of Twilight?
No, I've never seen any Twilight. It's the whole
Anything?
goal of
Okay.
my life.
There's a bad lip reading of that exact scene. It's that's pretty funny. Whatever happened to those? Those used to be pretty damn funny.
Man, do you remember how impactful onion cells have been on your professional career and being able to identify certain attributes that they have from a cellular perspective?
Yeah, every time I bite into a onion ring, I always think
Like
that tastes like
prophase,
prophase.
that's
Oh,
prophase.
prophase, all in
Mm-hmm.
my mouth. Yep.
Prophase, and a little bit of breading.
Did he say the wettest place in the continental U.S.?
He did.
I
He
never
did.
caught that before. That's a gem right there.
I think that there's I have a feeling I'm in store for many more gems. Does he immediately offer to eat her stepdad? Want me to eat him?
No. He pops his little vampire boner, but he keeps it hidden because you need to keep it hidden so you, as a vampire, stay hidden. Would you care for some these nuts, Mark?
No. I brought popcorn.
Okay. Because there's plenty of these nuts to go around.
Why does she have the golden snitch?
I think they scored a high thing on the anaphase, prophase.
So she beat
onion
the
ring.
Quidditch player and got the golden snitch. I love it.
Yeah. So, Mark, let me explain something to you.
Is he a Sith? Those are Sith eyes, from what I
The
know.
reasoning for those eyes is when they are hungry, I guess this is the way it was explained to me. When they're hungry, their eyes are black. But when they're satiated or okay, Their eyes are like an amber type of golden color. There's your superhero moment. Do they need 911? Really?
I don't think he could do that. It's good to see
Peter
that the police
Facinelli.
there are way over the top.
Quite a spill. Nothing happened to her. I'm sure she doesn't care. Her mom doesn't care. Stellar dialogue.
And worse acting.
The acting is
Gosh.
the
Kristen
worst.
Stewart, just such a leading lady in
So
this.
Kristen Stewart. That's what.
And him. He's just as bad. How do you go from being like a good actor in Harry Potter to being terrible?
So a lot of it was put on the director of this movie.
For picking this terrible chick. She's not sleeping with her window open, bro. It's it's fucking raining.
That guy's such a tool. Mike, such a tool.
what how bad is this dude's life that he's cornering the new girl?
I don't even know if he's like a nerd or because he's a jock. I think he's supposed to be a popular guy.
Is he in the singing choir?
He
Is
is
he in the
not.
jazz choir? Is he jazz hands?
He doesn't pull an American Pie on this one.
Because people hear you talk when they're 2 feet away from you, you fucking idiot.
I like the person in front of them, like the biggest overreactor for an extra.
Which one? Which one? The one with the bandana?
The bandana, yeah.
Or the
And
one
like, why
with
do they even need to have her
the one
there?
who's taking feverish notes about I don't know what? Their grass.
Yeah, they've
Green.
never seen grass before.
Green grass. Even though I've seen outside of this one place, it's not like this isn't a greenhouse in Arizona. And why is she celebrating to her, a stranger? I thought she was just about to do the Molly Shannon and like kick and sniff her underarms. There's so much angst and negging going on here.
Yeah.
That I'm disappointed I'm not drinking.
We should have drank. I would have drank for this. I don't even drink, but I would have drank for this.
But he's so strong, he punched the door open. Oh, I want what Dad's having. Is that a big red? That's malt. There's some malt in that motherfucker. And I love how she's drinking. Hang on. She's drinking the tap, but there's Nestle Pure there. That Dad doesn't even drink the tap, but bitch is drinking the tap trying to die from lead poisoning in Bufu, wherever they are. Dad won't drink the tap, but she's just on it. Are they just eating cookies? Was that a cookie that he threw back? I don't want this cookie. It's too cookie-y. So they have wraps and sliced. There's no way there's that many vegetables in a high school cafeteria.
I don't know. Pacific Northwest is a different animal, man. It's not like the Midwest or Florida. I wouldn't be surprised.
So speaking of the Midwest, and she's making a salad bar. What is she at fucking Wendy's in 1992?
If we have any listeners up in the Pacific Northwest, I'd be curious if that they have lunches like this.
There's not even enough people in the town to justify a 2-bay salad bar, but they have it at the high school. This is a school that does like grades 1 through 12 all in the same place. What is going on here? So, hey, I got to ask you, there was no salad bar at my school growing up. What was your school's go-to lunchroom move? What was it? Because
I
I'll
think
tell you what the good old Argo snack was. It was cheesy Doritos with nacho cheese on them, like plastic nacho cheese. Is quality.
ours was tacos was always the favorite, and for some, like everyone had that rectangular pizza. I hated it, never liked it. But the snack of choice were the fresh baked cookies. Those were awesome.
Fucking private school, bitch. And we'd have fresh baked shit.
Oh, dude, it was so
Public
damn
school
good.
sucks.
So good. You're right. I guess Forks, Washington has a population of 3,335 in the 2020 census. So, yeah,
Yeah.
you're probably right.
Yeah. This is full of shit. And why do you have a knit blanket that absorbs water? Is it a rule that if you're on a coast, you have to surf?
I mean, it's one of the perks to living on the coast.
Hmm.
Hiking, surfing, or water type sports, I guess.
You caught that. The thing he said super out loud.
In front of everyone, yeah. So, Mark, pay attention. This is the origin
Oh,
of.
here we go. Set the table amongst the dinosaur turds. In suits. What's with people getting chased with phallic things here?
Yeah, right. Although, I mean, I'll be honest. I think that's like the easiest form of flirtation back in high school. You chase after someone with something.
Didn't you go to an all boys school?
When I hung out with girls, dude,
Mm-hmm. Right. Chasing boys around with penises.
you are once again not painting yourself in the best of lights to our listeners.
Uh-oh. They're gonna get him. Mad Dog 2020. Who does that? Trying to think of what terrible movie character that reminds me of.
Say that again.
Trying to think of what terrible movie character this reminds me of.
Every victim in a horror movie.
Hmm.
Why are your jeans so tight? Although, actually, you know what? They're not even that tight. Those are probably boot cut. So that was around the time of boot cut jeans.
Are bootcut jeans coming back?
I don't think so.
She does have the most emo of laptops, the all black MacBook. So instead of Amazon, she goes to a real bookstore.
Yeah, good point. I like how she's just playing and fidgeting with that apple. Really weird.
Why is Anna Kendrick sunbathed? I don't even understand.
They don't get a lot of sun, so when the sun comes out, it's
She's like
like
SPF 45 on.
nerd.
Is this like Dan Aykroyd's bookstore? Ghostbusters?
2023, not an episode has gone by, even a watch along with no reference to, or with a reference to Dan Aykroyd.
Where's
So
Gozer?
good for
Gozer
you
the
for keeping that
Gozerian.
streak alive, Mark.
I'm here for you, baby.
Here's another example of sexual predation.
I didn't know Paul Walker was here.
Yeah. So Edward puckers his lips, and these guys just back off.
No, he had like some very spicy peppers, and he blew spicy pepper jelly in their direction. Why was it necessary to too fast, too furious his way in his Volvo?
He can't control his emotions. He's smitten with this girl. So I don't know if you caught that, Mark, but he can actually read people's thoughts. So wasn't this bookstore like really far away from
No, there's
where they
nothing far away. It's a tiny fucking town. It was up a hill. There were 2 flights of stairs to the bookstore. She was there in 10 seconds. But this dude needed to do a lap around the fucking county and fucking, trying to beat his need for speed time. And what the fuck is with this bitch's hair?
Don't hate on the style.
He hit that, yo. She could tell. She's all emo, like maybe a vampire will come back. That is such a lame joke.
The 1.7.
Yeah, that's so fucking stupid.
It is. That the writing is awful in this. The director is really bad, and I think that's the reason why she wasn't invited back.
This is just torture.
So if you can hear the music in the background, that's actually Robert Pattinson singing. Very rapey vibes right there.
Yeah. I'm gonna eat you.
So
Get
for
in my
our
belly.
listeners who are still with us, God bless you.
I feel bad for
we're
you.
at the little dinner scene, and Edward is driving her back home after the potential gang rape that was going to happen.
You got chilly hands.
Apparently, he was pulling in already based off of the camera angle.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that she would basically be stuck there the rest of the night. So he just leaves her. It's like, oh yeah, your dad's friend died, and he's at work right now. So why don't you stay here instead of me driving you home?
It's a town of 3,000 people. It's 3 blocks, bro. Is Forks a real place?
Yeah, And actually, when I was going to say earlier, when I was up in Seattle, my wife was like, "Oh, are you going to go to Forks?" I was like, "I wasn't planning on it." She's like, "Oh, you should go just to check it out." I was like, "Eh." And then I Googled it, and it's like 6 hours away from Seattle. Like, okay, nope, never mind, forget it. Not driving out that way. But it's literally in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing else around it. Even the drive there, it's just trees.
He was driving through Endor.
She's putting everything together, Mark, because she saw a corpse's foot. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
There's a Tesla supercharger in Forks. I mean, Forks City Hall and the Swan House are well across town. She'd need a bicycle at least to get there. So wait, now she's on the internet looking at this instead of the book.
Correct.
Why didn't she just look at the internet initially?
Over dramatic scene right here. This is where
Oh, this is the over dramatic scene. Okay. Sorry. I'm glad that we finally arrived
this is
at
where
the
Bella
over
and Edward
dramatic
go out
scene.
to the forest and ditch school because you could just do that.
Man, they must have a really good eyebrow penciler or eyebrow like person there because both of them they're on point. Like they're getting their shit fucking threaded like a motherfucker. And I like how they don't say anything.
Yeah. Not a single word is like, hey, come take a walk with me. She just freaking walks. Now she
And
just
then she just
ditches her
drops
book
her
bag
book bag.
in the middle of a forest.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Fuck you, you're pale white too. And how is it that no one else at that school has put two and two together? Except for the new girl that's been there for like 2 weeks.
because like she was in AP classes. And I think that we both know that the level of education in towns that small is very minimal.
Not necessarily. Sometimes even better than larger cities.
You will be. You will be.
Oh, you know what, man? You should You don't even need to have the headphones in. You should just let it play. It's all right to have the audio in the background.
What do you mean?
If anything, it's probably better, so that way there's some point of reference as to what's going on.
No. Here we go.
Look at that speed.
Look at that piggyback ride up the hill. Is he flying?
Although I will
time
say,
check based on Dan's thing. We're at the flight at 51:53 through the movie here.
he did some expert running.
Yeah.
Oh, sparkles. So fucking stupid. The sparkles.
What the fuck? He's Prism Face?
Yes.
Diamonds are forever. Is that what we're going with there?
I still don't understand this.
No, that's cinnamon.
His speed almost reminds me of Callisto in X3 and how stupid it was.
How stupid. It's a Seattle thing.
Personal brand of heroin. It's a Seattle thing.
It's a grunge thing.
Like she's supposed to know what heroin is like. Although I guess,
I mean, there's a lot of boring shit to do. Maybe she would have had a little bit more like, special cactus in the desert, but look, I can climb trees too. Thinking lady boners, what she's thinking. This is terrible.
it's not good. It's not good.
And for the record, there is an hour and 6 minutes left of this bullshit. I really hope the credits are in 4 different languages.
The credits have good music.
Oh, just like the rest of the movie does, right? Yeah.
No, I think there's like 2 good songs, 3 good songs in the soundtrack.
Why is he waited for her?
Because he's been a virgin for 100 years.
Yeah.
Can you hear me chewing?
Can you hear me chewing?
Well, you're not chewing.
It was a minute ago.
No,
But no, I can't. I can't hear him chewing either. Why doesn't it just eat her?
because I need to lay down in the meadow.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I've never laid down in a meadow.
You know how wet that fucking grass is? That's annoying as shit.
You got ants crawling all over you. You got dirt all over your jacket and your pants and
Well, you got that jacket from a dead guy anyway.
in
So
your
fine.
hair as well. Like, I don't know. I just don't
Well,
do
his
that.
hair is naturally like, can you imagine how much product is in his hair on a daily basis?
Look at that sparkle.
Mr. Sparkle.
Oh, Mr. Sparker. That's a Simpsons reference for anyone.
That's the dumbest thing ever. Look, I sparkle. That's so fucking stupid.
It's a very unnecessary.
It's no, it's
twist.
completely it. Can you imagine like the budget that they didn't?
Way to go, genius.
How did this get so many sequels?
Because there's so many books. That's why. And teenage girls will go see this, you know? And then the dudes
just
who
'cause
are
there's a
dating the
book-
teenage girls will see this.
Just because there's a book doesn't mean you go.
So a very interesting thing about the author of this, and I can't remember the name of the author, but it doesn't matter. But she's Mormon, and her writing this book about, like, you know, it's just very strange from that perspective where she's like a housewife and she's writing this book about teenage girls wanting to go after the bad guy, and just so weird.
Yeah, no, I'm sure if she's more like the arm around her, they're married now.
Yeah. Really, really erotic. So we're at the marker where Edward is talking about his origin and how Carlisle is sucking on his neck in the hospital as he was dying.
From the first pandemic. I wonder if there's going to be a new Twilight phase because there's a new pandemic. So obviously somebody got cured of COVID by this way. I don't want your life.
The editing is so bad in this movie, like the voiceovers. And
so they did vampires, sharks, and the jets. So she's Maria, essentially, right?
No,
and
not yet.
Is he
No,
Romeo? Like, is he?
I mean,
they're doing the school dance. Is there going to be a dance off in this movie? There needs to be a dance off.
There isn't.
Did they let Anna Kendrick sing at least or something?
No, no,
Or is she just useless and annoying?
pretty much.
That was a really impressive jump.
Billy Black just gave him the look of death, and he doesn't give a fuck. He's parking on their lawn too.
Mm-hmm. Way to give the Indians booze like this.
Native Americans, fucko.
Sorry, sorry. So that means dad knows about these
Dad,
other people. I'm
Dad,
assuming that these other people are like werewolves or something. Because I vaguely remember some werewolves versus vampires story in this movie.
there is not.
There's not werewolves,
No,
just the Flash.
pretty
Ezra
much.
Miller would have been so much better in this part. Let's recast already. So Ezra Miller as the vampire. I love it. I love it already.
I mean, isn't that what he's doing in real life already?
Yeah, kind of. That's why it fits. That's why it fits. But what female actress can we put in here?
I thought Ezra Miller was your
No, not my Bella.
no. I mean,
I
he
mean,
is a
kind of
Bay,
Andrew
so
Kendrick. No, you know who it needs to be? Audrey from Parks and Rec. What's her name?
Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense that he's the newest vegetarian and he's having a rough time right now. Well, he's been in school with a whole bunch of other people, and now there's a problem.
The house is nice.
Yeah.
A waste of a location.
I wonder if it's actually there in Forks.
She's just mad because it's so cool.
With doors that open up to the forest on the
Yeah, so
second
he can go
story.
hunting. He can fly, bitch. You know what I want to see? I want to see the ceiling. There's like a perch or something, right?
I slightly don't like this song anymore because of this movie, but I really liked it when they had it in Ocean's 11 at the end in front of the fountains.
Yeah. Don't worry. I won't remember it from this movie.
I actually forgot that it was in this movie.
So the most unrealistic part about this is that he's listening to it on CD.
No, it's on a record. Looks like it, doesn't it?
I don't know.
It's a record player. Unless maybe she picks out a C. I don't know. I don't pay attention to this movie.
At least he's got a TV. And he's not just like, oh, all I have are books and brooding.
I'm gonna take you out here.
Why aren't they playing Fly by Foo Fighters now? Why can't it be fun?
Super lame.
This is the worst flying ever.
It's the worst climbing ever.
I want him to talk like this.
This is lame. I'm up in a tree. I can see everything, but I don't care. I'm cold. I'm wet.
Hey, look,
Are
I
you
can
much
see
of a
Russia.
Are you much of a scenery guy? Do you like if you were up in the tree that high up, would you be like, this is cool?
There, I've definitely seen. There's definitely been times that I've seen views that definitely take your breath away. You know, there is such landscapes in the world. There's a lot of beauty in the natural world. And
What about that particular scenery?
well, what are they in the piano lounge now? And he would not be playing a Japanese piano.
What?
Why is he playing a Japanese piano? They're like an old American. This is ridiculous.
there's a majority of pianos are Japanese, or at
Are
least,
they? I
yeah.
just figured you'd have a Steinway. Great
I don't
American
know if
piano.
majority of them are Japanese, but
Hmm.
the reputable ones, all the major ones, I
Oh,
believe,
are these
are.
vampires on the run? The Janis
Yeah,
Joplin of vampires?
exactly.
Are they
Barefoot
gonna
and
get
everything.
daddy?
I like how she stepped in this fresh pile of sand for no reason.
Why are they playing basketball in the parking
So
lot?
that's the author, Stephanie Meyer, I think her name is. It's a shameless cameo. Dude, I'm not a big fan of steak fries, but don't those steak fries look badass?
Dude, I bet you that steak's pretty badass.
My parents have never told me, hey, it's Friday, go out. I always picture Bella's mom. We're at the part where she's talking to her on the phone, and I just picture her just getting a train run on her by like the entire AAA team or Major League team, whatever.
That guy's not in AAA.
Uh,
She's too old for that, buddy.
I don't know, man. Sometimes it's those women, and how dare you assume how old she is?
She's got a 17-year-old. She's at least 30.
Another creepy line. I like watching you sleep.
Oh, yeah, but the emo girls really love that shit, I'm sure. Eat that right up. God, these are so dumb. God.
He's gonna try one thing, Mark.
Just the tip, just for a second,
He's going in.
just to see how it feels. Is that what he's doing right now? He's doing vampire just the tip. This is so bad. Is he doing nuzzle kisses, little Eskimo with the nose? Is that what's happening?
Oh, he's going in. Oh, there's a kiss.
Shouldn't she shiver? It's so
Oh, he
cold.
likes it. Hey, Mikey, he likes it.
Um,
Bella's a little hornball.
yeah,
And she's in her underwear, too.
yeah. It's the most. This is the most dangerous cunnilingus on the planet.
Believe me, I have asked my wife plenty of scenarios about all of the sexual things that you could think of because I want to just poke holes in these characters and the writing of everything and
Oh
how
man.
that type of relationship could work. And yes, Colonel Angus is one of one of the things that I asked about. The good old Colonel.
Well, I mean, you get one, you get it the wrong, you pick the wrong week, and oh man, he's gonna go fucking crazy. This is so bad. Was you know what else I like? Yeah, get that another beer while it cleans his short barrel shotgun.
Yeah.
And there's no way that's a 12 gauge. That's a 20 gauge guaranteed. It's so small in his hand. He don't got no big freak hands.
Yeah, that is awful practice. Dual beers with shotguns. The baseball scene's coming up. I want to see. I'm going to be looking at you because I want to see your reaction as you watch this part. And her dad doesn't think anything of it. That it's kind of strange. It's like you're going out and there's a thunderstorm. You're going to play baseball. Yeah, you're not playing. You're just an umpire. So Muse, awesome song, but it made me hate this song because it was in this movie.
That was the absolute worst windup and mechanics of pitching ever.
That's exactly what I wanted to get your reaction on. The way that Alice pitches makes zero sense. Kellen Lutz, who is a absolute moron in these movies, he was Hercules in another iteration of Hercules. I believe it was after the Rock's version.
She put her foot down before her arm started coming forward.
Like anything makes any sense in this movie anyway.
Uh-oh. Are those the bad vampires?
Oh, you guessed right.
Are they gonna have a rumble? The Jets and the Sharks.
Look at his fucking stupid ass face just staring at them.
Oh my god.
Such a bunch of stupid fucking posers.
What the fuck is this?
All right, now everyone's baring their teeth in their little vampire pose. She's in danger, Mark. Don't you feel bad?
It's like trying to escape Jurassic Park.
I like how the strategy is to just leave town and just the dad's supposed to be completely okay with this.
I've always moved out of my parents' house after every breakup in my life. Luckily, they keep moving houses, so it's been fine. But you know, this is obviously a very healthy reaction to the ending of a 3-week relationship.
Yeah. Which he hasn't even known about.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
until
no,
today.
no. I a lot of women that a lot of girls, not women, a lot of girls that I've met over the years, like the day I meet their parents, they've had this reaction. Luckily, the only one that didn't, I married. So there's that. That's exactly what any girl wants to hear her dad say. We'll do things like slay vampires, bitch. I know they're vampires. What do you think I've been loading my shotguns with?
He doesn't know shit.
Silver bullets and stakes.
He doesn't know shit.
Fucking. Oh.
What makes you think that he knows?
He's a sheriff.
Usually the sheriffs are like the biggest idiots in those small towns.
I disagree. Normally it's the deputies that are the biggest idiots.
True.
He will when he's a vampire because the other vampire's going to bite him.
Should realize that this is all illegal anyways. Oh, she's gonna miss out on all her friends. Oh, okay. So hard to kill, but we'll just do that. Easy plan.
So it's a vampire movie, a shitty romance movie, and a baseball movie, and a chase movie.
It's everything in one, man.
Is he going to start singing "You Are My Sunshine" because that's when he sparkles?
And
You make me sparkle.
A teenage.
Can the bad guy just be there now and then just get out of the way?
I like how I'm not in Forks anymore. Like, Dad doesn't know where I'm at. I'm just leaving.
I'm not in Forks anymore, but I'm getting forked real good.
Man, they must have drove so fast to get there that quick.
They do, man. They're just driving. Good.
Dude, they traveled from Forks, Washington to Phoenix in less than 8 hours.
That was warp one.
They didn't stop for gas, nothing.
I have no opinion.
It's a 23-hour drive from Forks, Washington to Phoenix, Arizona. How did he know to go to the fucking ballet studio?
So here's the real test of if this is a vampire movie or not. You shouldn't have any reflections in the mirrors in the ballet studio, right? Because they're vampires. Or is this like the end game of fucking vampire movies?
Doesn't work
where
that way.
that's not how vampires work.
I don't know why everyone thinks that.
I like how her ballet studio is like the shitty boxing gym in Rocky.
Yeah.
And I also like how her her attire doesn't change from Phoenix to Walla Walla, Washington. This looks like the fucking Red Room.
Well, I mean, it is a
Bella
ballet school.
is Bella the fucking
Well, there you go. He's got reflections.
This is such shit. Now they're stealing the scene from the man from the golden gun. God, is this almost over? We got 24 minutes
Oh,
left. Thank goodness.
fun is just beginning.
So he broke her leg?
Yeah. Whoops. Ah, look at this fantastic battle scene.
So is this all just like fucking is it like Die Hard? Is like, oh, the glass.
Uh-oh. She got bit, Mark. What's gonna happen?
Mm-mm. Wait, that wood floor is perfect. Just drive a stake in him.
Super, super stupid right there. Just
Where's the
those.
vampire teeth?
Mark, you were right. Look at that.
I meant for a stake to the heart, not for a.
Did you see that coming? So, in case you missed that, Mark, his head was ripped off by Alice.
Yeah, no, I see it, and they're burning his legs. They
Now,
did it all completely out of focus to save amazing money on special effects.
watch what they do in the background. Well, first, Edward's gonna suck, but then you watch what's in the background. Like, why are they acting like fucking druids in ancient times, dancing around the fire?
This
Another
is so
Robert
bad.
Pattinson song where he sings and the words are just awful. Can't even tell what he's saying.
Could they not get any like actual singers? So they're like, oh, we'll just get, hey, Rob, can you sing? Great. Just fucking do that then. Go ahead. This is so dumb. I am.
Hey, sorry. I just got done with the baseball team. I came here as soon as I was done.
Is Mom a vampire?
She's just a fan of baseball, Mark. Just a fan of baseball.
But I thought the dude killed her.
No, he didn't. He went to her house and then just got a camcorder. So never even met
Wow.
the mom, which makes zero sense. But yeah. Oh yeah, that's what happened. I went through a window.
I like that they're conditioning her for spousal abuse. That's is that what happened, Bella? Blink if you're okay. I'm now texting Dad to not murder him. Bella corroborated she didn't get beat.
There's a new baseball team in Jacksonville.
They have the football there. They got the Jaguars. And I will get a nurse because you're owies. But no, the relationships that you have when you're 17, the best ones are obviously always the ones that put you in jeopardy and you end up in the hospital.
Absolutely right. Nurse, there's something going on in here.
It doesn't make sense that I would abandon all vampires.
Healthy teenage high school relationships. They're the best.
Oh my god.
I can't remember a healthy high school relationship that I was in, really.
Touche. Touche. This is this is this is 2 hours of my life that I'm never getting back. That I blame you for.
Well, maybe you should make bets that you lose.
Listen, if you thought Nothing But Trouble was bad, just wait.
I mean,
Oh,
it would require me to lose a bet, which I won't.
the only reason that I lost a bet was because Disney got a new CEO.
You just thought Black Panther was going to come out in 30 days.
At the same rate as everything else.
You should know that that type of movie has more staying power in the theaters.
Not for 3 years.
I mean, if you really want to make yourself feel even worse, I just finished editing an episode where there are so many faults, so many like things that you were wrong on in terms of like we could just add that on top of the list.
I don't think that I was ever wrong, Dan. And you know what? The fact that I've never had to watch the recordings means that I'm absolutely right about being right.
I edited it out of the podcast on the last one, but yeah, weird scene where Jacob crashes the prom and was offered $20 to talk to Bella. Take it from here, bitch. He like looks back like, what a fuckhead. There's a little foreshadowing, Mark.
How many of these movies were approved?
Approved?
Like, how many of these were greenlit? And did they like film them back to back?
No.
They let this happen
I think there was
and
two of them that were
decided
filmed back
you
to
should go
back.
again. Hang on. Talk about the least money Carlo music ever. Are they in like somebody's backyard?
It looks like they're in someone's house, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, this is a crazy house party prom. Oh my god, this is so bad. This is so bad.
But aren't all high school movies where that gets to the prom or homecoming or anything like that the worst?
No, that's when they get good. That's when Pretty in Pink got good. That's when Stifler spiked the punch. You know, all
Stifler
that.
spiked the punch.
I don't remember,
What the
man.
fuck are you talking about?
Was that American Wedding? I don't know. So many American Pie movies. It's so hard to count. So there's 2 dance floors and 2 DJs.
That's a funny observation you just made there, Mark.
And
And
are
those
those
guys.
are those charcoal like flutes at the bottom there? Like that they're using as heaters? I think that's a charcoal starter on the ground on a wood floor, which would start fire. And then she could get rid of Edward.
Should have let the herpes spread. I could have been just like you. Sorry, I was talking in regards to the venom.
Yeah. That's what she's saying. She wants it. She wants
Yeah.
to be that. She's just
Such.
so the thing that bothers me about this movie is girls that talk like this need like a 2-inch round area of eyeliner. Like she needs to be wearing some Doc Martens. She isn't wearing any black in this movie. There'd be a bad dye job to that hair, which this wig is the best wig she's worn the entire movie. If it is a wig, I don't know.
I'm sure there's some extensions in there.
Yeah, no, that's. I love how every high school relationship is always forever.
Is he gonna bite her, Mark?
No,
No. He's just gonna sniff her neck.
I don't know, Dan. What's gonna happen?
Oh my God. Is he doing it? Is he
No,
sucking her blood?
no. He's like, I'll bite you when you're old. I like them old ladies with the wrinkles.
It would be pretty sweet to have like a little gazebo all lit up like that.
Well, I'm sure the gazebo was part of one of the Forks, 25th anniversary. So the quarter centennial. They had it made it out of they had a chainsaw competition for making the center. And then there's ice sculptures.
Yes. Look at this bitch standing in the window.
Who dat? Is that Edward's ex-girlfriend? Jealous bitch. Oh no, that's old Red.
Yeah. She wanted to get all dressed up for the prom. Catherine Hardwicke, you suck.
Did she get another directing job after this?
I don't know.
Like, I don't know if she deserved it.
All right. So
Oh,
we
gosh.
made it through. We're at the credits.
Thank God. This is the most relief I've felt in I
At the
don't even
stroke of
know.
midnight, too. Oddly enough.
Eastern.
True, yeah.
Like, I felt like there was no structure to this film whatsoever.
No, there
It
isn't.
just was a straight line. No highs, no lows.
Oh God.
It's just one big whiny fucking angst fest
So let me ask
with a
you.
bunch of nobodies in the cast.
Well, I wouldn't say nobody's. I mean, Peter
Who up
Facinelli was
until
in the
this movie was
Peter
anybody?
Facinelli. Hold. Peter Facinelli was in Fastlane on Fox. You know you saw it with Bill Bellamy. Fastlane, the high octane, action packed TV show back in 2003. Lasted 2 seasons, maybe.
I gotta see which one of these people my wife had drinks with.
Wait, she had drinks with someone in the cast?
So my wife was a huge fan of these movies. Like the fact that I've been able to avoid them for this long is astounding.
How dare
She
you not watch one of your wife's favorite
no,
movies?
I told her it's fucking stupid. And you know what? I was right. If anything, I feel more vindicated than ever for never watching this trash.
Was
This
it as bad as
trash.
you thought it would be?
It's worse. There was no like at least try and have some kind of plot and denouement and all that. You why foreshadow? Why no? It's so dumb. The final fight was terrible. There was no fight choreography. It's like, and all of the flying and jumping was like they wanted to just they were doing a high school play of Peter Pan, and they had some people with some fucking wires that they were picking up and down. What was the budget for this movie?
I don't know. But I will tell you that Catherine Hardwicke did get other movies after this. None that I've
I'm
ever
looking at
heard
the
of.
list of them right now. I'm looking at her list of she's got 2 upcoming as well, according to IMDb.
Good
But
God.
I'm looking.
I've never heard of any of those movies. But anyways,
I've
so
heard of
you wanted to
13.
know
I've
about
heard
the
of her
budget.
first movie with Tora Birch. That was Oscar nominated with Evan Rachel Wood and Tora Birch. Her first movie was 13. She wrote it. So she directed and wrote a movie that got nominated for an Oscar. She also directed Lords of Dogtown, which was a pretty high profile Heath Ledger movie. Knoxville was in it. Emile Hirsch. Like I remember that movie coming out of the video store and being really popular. It was about skateboarding and stuff, skateboard culture. It's an underrated cult classic. So I see why she would have got this movie. You know, and she even got like Red Riding Hood after. I remember that being like a big deal. The one with Amanda Seyfried. But yeah, no, she really has not gotten much lately. What's she upcoming on?
Who cares?
Mama, yeah,
No one cares
good.
about Catherine Hardwicke.
Nothing good. Isn't it Hardwicke?
If you're pronouncing every single letter,
Mm-hmm.
Hardwicke.
Either way. I blame Stephanie Meyer apparently because it's trash.
There's some interesting
that thick of a book had no vertical movement in it whatsoever, nothing that led up to anything.
I don't know. I don't read, so whatever.
I know. I've seen the books. They're sizable.
My wife just picked up the Midnight Sun, which I guess is the retelling of this movie, except for this book, except from Edward's perspective, since everything is in Bella's perspective. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making that up, but
no, that sounds equally terrible.
Can't say that I'll ever read it.
This was so angsty and just uneventful. I was waiting for shitty episodes of Obi-Wan or fucking every episode of the Book of Boba Fett was better than this movie. Every one of them.
Did you think it was going to be like
good? There was so much hype with this, and I you know, my wife literally used to go to like release days of this, and they went one day to Hollywood Boulevard. I don't know if you're familiar with the Boulevard, in Woodridge, which is like you could like drink and they brought in some actors, like some of the I think it was Kellen. I don't know who it was. I'll have to ask her.
I'm sure Kellen Lutz was.
But they were drinking before the movie. They had a later show, and they like had a couple drinks. I don't know. I saw a picture of some dude in some fluorescent flannel, and I was like, whatever. That guy sounds like a loser. He's in Twilight.
Oh.
So yeah, no, I'm. You wasted 2 hours of my life, and
good. I'm glad. I am so, and you know what? You want to make another wager? I will waste another 2 hours because we're going to watch the sequel to it.
God.
But no, there's a movie that actually
you can't tell me you really like this movie.
No, the movie sucks. The movie absolutely sucks.
Like there are bad movies that are way better than this.
This is 100% punishment. But I will say that this is punishment that I'm used to, that I've found funny over the years, and multiple times I've watched it. And I watched this tonight, and I found something else new, and you brought up something else new about the movie that makes it even more ridiculous. So I like pointing out something else
new. Like this is just one big teen angsty dry hump of a flat movie.
Yeah.
Like,
you're absolutely right.
It's just so God.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, Mark. You pop your cherry with this movie.
No, I'm forever unclean.
You are a dirty boy, and I'm glad that I was able to take away.
I feel like
that purity.
I feel like the audience is really mad about this. And this is going to be our worst reviewed episode ever. Because nobody wanted to watch along to this. Nobody wanted to do it.
Tell people that it's your fault for making such a ridiculous wager.
I'm sorry. I thought the Black Panther would be on Disney Plus sooner. But I'm not wrong that there's going to be an Oscar nom from this movie.
for Black Panther?
Yeah, I guarantee there's at least one.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
I never bet on that. So
well, there we go. There we go.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Well,
If the last movie that we watched wasn't so good, I'd be so upset right now.
oh, this is a part of it, you know. We have to watch some bullshit in order to appreciate the good stuff. But
I guess that's we're gonna watch The Sitter with Jonah Hill next. Like what?
I'm sure that's way better than this movie.
That's the last movie I turned off. Like
Sure
I
it's
got
better.
it from Netflix back in the day, like when they used to send DVDs. I was 15 minutes of the movie. I was like, nope. And I was coming off of Superbad, really excited. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. It was so bad. And if I ever would have turned this on without the necessity to sit through it, like being watched on camera and having to have a conversation about it, oh my God, I would have fallen asleep so quick. So quick. I've been snoring. I've been sawing logs while they were flying through logs in this movie.
But that's why we do this, for the listeners.
Yeah,
for the
they're
fans.
really happy right now. Oh, I've one plea for anybody that sat through this all the way. Please recommend a better movie for a watch along. Please tell us if you want another watch along. Please tell us if we should never fucking do this again. Trying something new, lost a bet. Oh, you know, there could be worse punishments, I guess. But
so, Mark, before we get going,
don't even fucking ask. Don't even
I want
fucking
to ask because
No,
the listeners want to know. Can you do this movie all day?
no, absolutely. I'm never gonna do this movie again. I'm not even like, if the first one was this bad, the sequels have to be so much worse.
Surprisingly, the sequels are funnier, but not as bad. It's not as bad. This is the worst out of all of them.
Dude,
I'm not going to say that we're going to watch the other ones, but
no,
you know what?
Not.
If the listeners just in droves said, we want you to do that, and maybe we'll just do a regular review as opposed to a watch along, you know what? I will be glad to torture you and have you sit through all those movies.
It would take listeners that you and I are not related to and a sponsor for me to do another one of these, whether it be a watch along or a review. It would take that level of influence. And I'm not talking about a sponsor where I get money. Like I'm more, you know, let's get the podcast in some level of view, right? Let's get a little pub for our pod. But yeah, I would do it for the podcast. But man, there would have to be some there would have to be something going on here.
Well, perhaps thank you to D's Nuts for the snacks for this movie watch along. But I think it's fair to say that, yeah, I cannot do this all day, but it was certainly fun to watch you just react to this movie. It's so ridiculous.
There was nothing to react to. It was just like, oh, look, do you like angsty pale people? Look at all the flannel. Hey, the trees are nice, right? At one point you asked me if I like the view. That's terrible. Oh,
just making conversation, man. Jeez.
I this better be the worst movie I watched this year. I'll tell you that much, or else it's gonna be a really shitty year.
Well, we'll see what happens. But until next time, thank you for watching along with us. If you stuck around this entire episode, I would be very surprised if you did. If you do, leave us some comments. Give us a rating. Give us some 5 stars on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Google, Stitcher.
If you give us 5 stars, we promise we'll never do this again.
Until next time, I'm Dan, the Part-Time Avenger. That's Mark, the Resident Jedi.
Like, subscribe, review, suggest. We're all ears, and thank you for hanging.